Hi, I'm Sid.
And Howard from Hashbridge.
We are starting a new podcast called Building in the Burbs.
We'll be bringing in founders and members of the community to talk about their stories, challenges, and successes building in the burbs.
For our first episode, we interviewed members of the community to know about their insights of 2024 and what their plans are for 2025. Enjoy.
What is one thing you're especially thankful for in 2024?
I would say mentorship and friendship. Yeah, definitely thankful for the ones that have taught me lessons about starting a business. And then also, I would say the knowledge provided within a community like this. This is the newest thing that I've ever used it for. Like I didn't know incubators existed. So I would say I'm most thankful with the knowledge in it within an incubator space.
I'm thankful for my two daughters and my daughter who is graduating this year, Kennesaw State. She worked really hard.
I'm thankful for the community, and I'm thankful that you two guys decided to do this podcast because I feel like it's a lot of voices that need to be heard in this building and a lot of insight that the community can gain from a thought leadership. And that's what we do it for. We have these conversations here, and we have an opportunity to cultivate our businesses among each other as thought leaders. But we build this so that the world can experience it and really see what we're building at Hashbridge.
What has been the biggest lesson you learned from this?
Pick a good team, because you waste a lot of time flailing around with people that are not committed or not necessarily truthful. In terms of what they can and cannot do in terms of their commitment. So truly surround yourself with them and a good team.
The ability to pivot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that's probably the most difficult thing when you feel outside trying to learn something new in an industry and then realizing that that's not something you should be focusing on.
I think the biggest lesson I learned this year was I'm always amazed at the power of kindness and how much it can influence creativity and influence them interacting with other people, and how many times we could reduce the size of a problem or an issue just by being kind.
One that popped in my head was sales cycles are always longer than we want them to be.
That is definitely one.
We do that, you know, there are many things that you know in your head and you expect, but it's always frustrating,
When you get hit with the reality of it.
I
think we also learned too that it really is important to be constantly spinning new ideas, new ways of doing things, and constantly looking at the environment around you, turn up and saying, if I did that different, how would I do it? And that there's a great deal of joy, and you're a great deal of fun as this brings to what we do as founders.
And a level of engagement and employee basis,
It fuels us. Constantly say, we did that out with this, and that may be a bad kiss, but it's still exciting to think.
Sure. It is definitely keeping it fresh, really helps. See things that change, it's not stagnant or anything. Just slow rolling.
And we talk a lot about research and development being, go build something and see what happens, but we don't talk about the research and development that's literally staring and ceiling and thinking.
Many people say it's the small things that have the biggest impact. Are there any small habits or rituals that have been monumental in your success? So say anything.
I'd say this one. I'd say primarily staying consistent with the sales cycle and staying consistent with a cadence throughout, getting the product out and about in the marketplace. I think that's important for me over this past year.
I think for me and my company, retrospective meeting has been very strong. We try to do at least once a month and take the time to look back and see what worked, didn't work, and what things we can improve moving forward.
Yes, I believe in atomic habits, the book Atomic Habits, and that you make little changes to make big differences. And so I have a routine that when I wake up, when I how I organize my day, and then at the end of the day. And that routine, it doesn't sound like a lie, but if you can start your day with a routine, you can be much more productive. And if you're more productive, you're doing the stuff that's important to you, you'll feel a more sense of joy and happiness that you got what you want to get done.
You feel very productive. Yes, you're like, things tend to go village.
Yeah, so I believe in being in the now, being in the present. So, and I coach a lot of students with ADHD, so I try to help one. And though, if you're in a woulda, coulda, shoulda mindset, you're probably in anxiety, which I wish I had done that, sir. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Or if you're in the what if mindset, that's the future, that's usually your worry. So if you're not in the present, you're in a what if could go wrong, or you're in a woulda, coulda, shoulda, where you're regretting something. So I try to be in that present and being teeth today and having goals, small goals you have done in the day, and giving yourself time to rest and like live and breathe and enjoy and look and do something creative and interact with somebody a day. Have a meaningful conversation in the day. You want to live in the day. And that's amazing how much you lower down your stress, your worry, your anxiety by being present. Your mind can only process one day at a time. So if you're in your dinner, you're not in the future and you're not in the past. And that's where all anxiety and worry sit. So that's probably the best advice I'd give someone.
Using our own software to run our company. I don't know that I'd say that's a small change or not, but as startup owners, we want to make sure to use our own product to test it and to make sure it's realistic, and that not only improves our work itself, but also improves our product, because we figure out what bugs us about it and get to refine it.
And it's exactly what you wanted. And so, but it's also tailored. We're serving companies like as our customers or companies like us, and we're not using our own stuff. That's a problem. So it really has been very changing. Literally, let's just stop using things like Slack and stuff that everybody else would work out in the like there. That's my it's built. That's sweet.
So one thing that I recently got back into, right? Because like you gotta take care of yourself first. So making sure that I consistently go to the gym and go to sleep. I drink water and go outside, and that's it. Like this is just the basics of like the life. When you start feeling crazy and you're like, oh, I've been looking at my computer for 9 hours.
You got to keep yourself grounded.
Yes.
What role has the community played in your success so far?
Not only inspiring, just being there for you when you need it the most. I would say community is usually about you, right? Not only leaders, but people just like you lifting you up.
Yeah.
So it's meant the world to me to find a place where they can give you that at a moment's notice or a call.
Absolutely, yeah.
And an area.
Just being there.
Yeah. COVID kind of taught us and having a brick and mortar area where you
things have definitely changed. So
people are scared to talk to one another. They don't want to come by as much. Companies want to stay home and work and do laundry and spend time with their families, but it's nice to know that you have that people, when people are trying to start new businesses, that they can come moments notice and get an answer from a mentor.
Absolutely. Especially as like a small business, there's like a lot of effort that goes in, right? And there's a lot of uncharted territory.
I'll be the network. I've met a lot of great people, right? Who, no one person can start a venture. It takes a village. It takes a group of people. Nobody has all the skills, has all the data, and so that's probably what I'm most grateful to about Hatchbridge and being part of the program here is the networking, where we're getting a community of entrepreneurs and helping to solve problems. You're helping me solve my challenges, or participating in helping them solve their challenges.
Actually, it was really great. We participated in the last cohort, and seeing how the cohorts ran, and actually absorbed a lot of our product change it for last year. And being able to adapt it was actually not only great to be involved in the program itself and be able to hear my brand, but it was really fabulous to be able to see people who potentially need us in the future and how they're working, what their needs are, what they're struggling with the program, but also to be able to get the deep dive as participant and be able to see all of these as that's some really, really, really main equal. So for us,
has, well, really, feedback is priceless. Exactly, always. It always wins. Okay. What you look forward to in 2025?
In 2025, getting my first client or second clients, but it's a larger paying client.
Networking opportunities. I like things to work people. I like working for people and creating products for people. Getting to know what their challenges are and how.
Prosperity, maybe some new innovations. I would say more or less new companies coming around in 2025 that will help mostly my company and myself.
2025, I'm looking forward to doing a lot of traveling tour. I'm a beach bum, so I just was going to Florida and chilling out, and that's where all my creative ideas from.
This podcast will be throughout the world.